The human soldier removed his mask, and the alien woman shouted, "Impossible, didn't you die?" The battlefield was silent. Charred metal groaned beneath the weight of the destroyed transport ship, smoke curling into the violet skies of the alien world. Fires crackled, lighting up broken bodies and shattered weapons. Only the wind stirred, until the sound of bootsteps echoed across the scorched earth. The alien woman, General Vaelari of the Nythisari Empire, stood still, her body wrapped in torn combat gear, her pulse hammer clenched in one trembling hand. Her once golden armor was stained with soot and blood, and her eyes, dark and sharp, scanned the field for enemies. This planet was supposed to be secured. The Nythisari had outnumbered the local resistance. There was no logical reason for her unit to be wiped out, except for the rumors. The humans had a ghost on their side, a soldier who didn't die, who couldn't be seen until it was too late. Some said he was a machine. Others, a cursed warrior raised from the dead. The humans called him Shade. And to the Nythisari, he was a myth designed to terrify. Vaelari never believed in myths. She was a tactician, born to lead, trained in brutal logic. But now, she stood alone on a battlefield where every one of her soldiers lay dead. The boot steps grew closer. She spun, pulse hammer raised, only to freeze. A lone human emerged from the smoke, tall and broad-shouldered, his armor dented and scorched, a black cloak fluttering in the wind. His rifle was slung over his back, his gloves smeared with ash and blood. His helmet was on, sleek and dark, reflecting the dying fires of war. "You!" she growled, pointing the hammer at him. "You're the one who did this." The figure said nothing. "Speak!" she shouted, taking a step forward. "Who are you?" He reached up and slowly unlatched the locks of his helmet. Her breath caught. The mask hissed as it came loose. Then he removed it, revealing a familiar face beneath. The sharp jaw, the scar across the brow, the storm-gray eyes. Vaelari stumbled back, eyes wide in disbelief. "Impossible," she whispered. Then louder, almost a scream, "Impossible! Didn't you die?" The human lowered the mask to his side and looked her in the eyes. "Hello, Vaelari." She dropped the hammer. "Kael." The name escaped her lips like a ghost of the past. Kael Arden, the human soldier she had fought beside 5 years ago, during the brief alliance between Earth and Nythisar, when both species faced a greater threat. They had battled the Varnak swarm together. They had bled together. She had saved his life, and he had saved hers more than once. And then he had died. She'd seen the report. His ship was shot down during the final Varnak siege, burned with the wreckage. The humans had even mourned him in front of the Nythisari Council. "I saw your name on the death list," she whispered, her voice trembling. "I mourned you." "I know," he said softly, "but I didn't die." Her mind reeled. "Then where were you all these years?" Kael looked away, jaw clenched. "They left me," he said. "My pod malfunctioned. I was stranded behind Varnak lines. The humans thought I was dead. No one came for me." She took a step closer, trying to read the pain behind his eyes. "You survived alone?" "No," he said. "Not alone. I was captured." The word struck her like a blow. "The Varnak?" He nodded. "For months. Maybe more. They experimented. Broke me. Rebuilt me. I escaped, barely. But when I returned, I wasn't the same. And neither were the politics back home. I didn't trust anyone. So I stayed off the grid. And when the war flared again, I came back." "As Shade?" she asked bitterly. "That name was never mine," he muttered. "But the humans needed a ghost. I gave them one." She stared at him, stunned. "How could you fight us? After all we went through?" Kael looked at the destruction around them. "I didn't want this war. But I knew what your empire was planning. I intercepted enough data. You were going to wipe out the human colonies. Civilians, too. I had to stop it. Vaelari lowered her head. It wasn't supposed to be like this, she said. I argued against the strike. The council didn't listen. I know, Kael said quietly. That's why I spared you. Her eyes snapped up. You spared me? He nodded. I saw you from the ridge. I took out your officers first. But I recognized your stance. The way you held your hammer. I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe I was wrong. But when I got closer, I saw your face. He exhaled slowly. I remembered everything. Vaelari closed her eyes. Memories surged through her. The warmth of the campfires during their alliance. His terrible jokes. The way he always took the front line. The way she had once, briefly, thought she might have loved him. And now, he stood before her alive, scarred, changed. How many have you killed, Kael? She asked. Too many, he said. But not you, never you. She turned her gaze to the bodies around them. Her warriors, her sisters in arms. They were loyal to me. You should have spared them too. I couldn't, he said. They would have killed me, killed others. So what now? She asked. You kill me too? He shook his head. No. Then what? Kael stepped closer and held out a small disc, a data chip. I know who started this war, he said. It wasn't just the council. There were human politicians too, ones who profited from prolonging conflict. They wanted us to fight. Always. Forever. This chip has everything. Proof. Names. Records. She hesitated, then took it from his hand. You're giving this to me? I can't trust anyone else. But you always cared about truth. About people. You can end this. Vaelari looked down at the chip, then at him. And what about you? He glanced to the west, where the mountains loomed, hiding the human camps. I'll disappear. Again, let them believe the ghost faded. If this works, maybe we can have peace. Peace, she echoed. You think they'll listen? They might, he said, if you speak. If I vanish. A ghost can't sign peace treaties. She gave a bitter smile. You were never a ghost to me, Kael. He smiled back, tired, sad, hopeful. I was always more alive with you, Vael. The silence stretched between them, not heavy like before, but warm, familiar. She stepped forward and reached out, brushing a hand against his cheek. The scar was still there, proof of the old world, the old war, the old bond. I should arrest you, she whispered. You won't, he replied. No, she said. I won't. She leaned closer, then pulled away. Go, before I change my mind. Kael nodded once, then turned, walking into the smoke. Vaelari stood alone once more, watching a silhouette fade into the haze. But her hand clutched the chip, the future, and in her heart something stirred. He had died once, but now she would make sure his second life meant something. Maybe, just maybe, the war could end.